Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Crash Bandicoot 100%, and as you can tell, since I did get the gem. Well, even though I did get the gem for Slippery Climb, I got that in the last episode, we still have to do this again because even though I did save the game, I guess it doesn't save the level being beat, pretty much, which is strange. Which I always kind of thought that it did, but I was always a little bit worried that it wouldn't. But you know what? It's okay. This time we don't have to worry about getting the gem. We can easily just go ahead and move on ahead and get some extra lives just in case. Or grab some extra Aku stuff. And fortunately for us, we can actually use a checkpoint this time instead of having to worry about, starting over and have to go back from the beginning. I guess I can just go ahead and skip on some boxes, considering the fact that I won't need them anymore. Especially embryo tokens, because to hell with those, in my opinion. I mean, as much as I, kind of want extra Wumpa fruit, I don't really think it's gonna matter. And the problem, I want to go ahead and get into something. If you play the game continuously for a while, you'll end up, stacking up lives pretty much anyway, regardless. But as you can tell, I have 5 now, counting 4 lives. And the reasoning being why I have 4 lives is because every time you start the game over, your life counter starts over, which I don't really understand why the game does that for, but I guess probably made it save room, maybe save memory, That could be something. It's probably just some kind of memory thing that they're trying to do. I don't know, like, Crash Bandicoot's really weird when it comes to, like, its saving system because, well, as you know, I have the gem here, but I don't have the level technically, quote-unquote, beat. Meaning I gotta do it again. So how is it like I have the gem and I beat the level? I mean, that's the only way to really get the gem is to beat the level. So it really honestly just makes no sense, but I don't know. I'm not really going to flack the game for it by any means. I mean, to be honest, I will die quite a bit, but even getting a game over is not really a big deal, really. Because all you do is just go back to where you left off at when you saved the game. I probably should have continued onward to get a Tana token, but well, it's okay. It's all well and good, to be honest. We'll be fine. Like I said, I already got the gem, so it's not really a big deal. And we got, I think, Jaws of Darkness coming up next. If I'm not mistaken. Alright, here we go. And there we go. Now, the thing is, I wonder what happens if you actually miss that bird. I wonder if you fall off completely and just... I wonder if you get screwed up on it. I don't know. I mean, more than likely, it looks like you can't really make that jump, so... If you're wondering why I'm so calm and assertive right now, it's because... Well, nothing really bad has happened. But I haven't recorded for like a couple days, so it's going to be a little bit before I actually get into the recording mood, I guess you could say. I mean, more than likely I'm probably going to end up dying like a whole lot in one of these upcoming levels. If anything, we can probably make this episode kind of an episode where we go back and we get some extra clear gems because we now have the red gem, which means we can go to Native Fortress. We can go to the high road. Or I think it was the high road. It might have been. It's one of the bridge ones, I know that. We can go to one of those and get the gem there. Okay, here we go. Because I know one of the bridge levels has a red gem that we have to go back and get. Native Fortress has one too. And the Great Gate, if it was... I think the Great Gate was the first one. The first gate level. Thing is, with that one, I think we need the yellow gem for that, which we get that in the lab, which comes up later. To be fairly honest, folks, there's really no reason for me not to kind of spoil levels, considering the fact I've already done this game on my channel, and again, it's just Crash Bandicoot. It's no real big deal. It's not like Kingdom Hearts or something where I'm trying to, not tell you what levels we're gonna get into because kind of, keep the Disney worlds kind of a secret for people who don't want to, want it to be spoiled. But I don't know. Like typically, I kind of go into these games thinking that people probably have played these games before, and usually I just end up kind of spoiling something. Not story related most of the time, but just more like level related. Because typically they're just levels, it's like who really cares, but some people care, I guess. But, it's okay. We're all well and good. And here we go. Basically all this really is for Crash Bandicoot. Oddly enough, being a re-Let's Play, it's funny, like more people are watching my re-Let's Play than they are watching my normal Let's Plays, which is kind of funny. Considering the fact that, I start a game from, the beginning of everything, and now people are like wanting to watch. So this is Lights Out. This is going to be the first of 2 light levels that are going to be the 2 gimmicky levels. I mean, every level kind of has its own little bit of a gimmick. as you noticed already, there's, you know, multiples, or I should say duplicates of other levels. If I'm not mistaken, I think this one needs the yellow gem too. It's either this one or Fumbling in the Dark that needs the yellow gem for the ending. So, getting all the boxes here really wouldn't matter. A little trick that you can do if you're going to be waiting for, if you want to get across as fast as possible to these floating platforms here. Well, not the floating, well, they're obviously floating, but you know what I mean. These ones like this, these moving platforms here, if you want to get across those, you can actually jump on the sides of these platforms here. Now, the thing about this level, as you noticed, Aku does stay with you pretty much the entire time. And the thing is, with him, is once you hit a Aku box, then pretty much what's going to happen is you will retain you will retain light for a little bit. Now, even though you saw me, like, you know, square away some of those enemies with a spin attack, I recommend jumping on these kinds of rats if you know where a Aku mask is. The reason why I recommend, you know, jumping on them instead of hitting them, you know, or spinning them pretty much, is because you could accidentally spin one into another Aku mask, which then could, you know, kind of make it or break it for you, depending on where your location is. Because once you break an Aku mask, or an Aku crate, I should say, with a rat or with an enemy, whatever kind of enemy that there is, then what will basically happen is you'll get that Aku mask early, and you kind of don't want that. Good thing is about Aku, okay, maybe it is Fumbling in the Dark that gets a yellow gem then. That's kind of strange, because Fumbling in the Dark is one of the... No, it is this then, okay. So I think it must be this one that I'm thinking of. I don't know where I'd be missing boxes at, so I think we'll figure it out. More than likely, I'll probably end up 100%ing, you know, what's it called? Fumbling in the Dark before I actually finish Lights Out. Thing is, if we go to Jaws of Darkness now, we can get the key to this level, the Fumbling in the Dark level. But I'm going to go ahead and go back and try to see where I might be missing some gems at, which I know a few already. I know a couple. Boulder Dash, I think, is purple, isn't it? Yes. Maybe it's Road to Nowhere that's red, but I don't think so. Hold on, let's go find, well, Native Fortress is red, I know that. Let's go to Native Fortress, and then we'll go back to the Road to Nowhere and get that one done. So the High Road was the one that was already completed. Now, in the Lights Out levels, I don't really have any other way of... In the dark levels, let's say that. In the dark, gimmicky levels, you can't collect 2 Aku masks or even get an invincibility Aku mask. You can only get 1, and every time you break the box, of course, you know, you get another light, or your light regenerates pretty much, and that's how it works. I actually do honestly like those levels. It's just trying to 100% them. That's where, you know, the levels kind of take a cake for me, take the cake is because, you know, you gotta deal with, whoa, got hit there. I gotta remember that I'm going for the box here, and not just trying to beat the level naturally. Well, I'm trying to keep these Aku masks for later. You never know. Well, the thing is, like, you know, I do like them. It's just I don't like the idea of the timing on it's a little too short in my opinion. Like, it almost feels like you kind of have to, you know, run from one part of it to the next. I mean, you did see that I did fuck up quite a bit, so I guess it's a little bit more lenient than I'm giving it credit for. But still, I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to complain for nothing, even though the levels are fine on their own. It gives you an intense challenge, to be honest. Let's be honest here, folks. Let's not let my stupid, you know, subjective view on these levels get in the way. I should just be honest and just say, well, if anything, Slippery Climb is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest level to get the gem for, in my opinion. Well, hell, to even climb through. I mean, then again, people probably think like the bridge levels are the hardest, and I can get that. I used to think the same thing. I used to always think the bridge-based levels were the hardest because, I mean, let's face it, you know, you have all those platforms that you just have to make it to, and it's a pain in the ass. Now, I'm trying to remember where this damn box was. It must be in a later level then. It must be in what's it called? The Great Gate? So I know one of these gate levels actually has a box in the background. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Which it might not be this one. If it is this one, then we'll come back and we'll do this one again later. Or I might just, you know, return automatically. Yeah, I know, I just basically just wasted Aku right there, but wait, hold on. Maybe it could be... Let's see what's back here first, because, again, I don't think there's anything besides maybe just Wumpa Fruit. It just leads me back, so... We actually probably, honestly, could have just skipped all that, unless we got a box out of it, I don't remember. I don't think we did. Pretty much, I guess you could say I kind of wasted my time. Now, whenever you jump up to this platform here, be very careful with that, because you could actually get burned. The hitbox still can burn you on these fire things. So I'm just going to kind of give you guys a little bit of advice there. Alrighty, almost. Oh, God. I about got killed there. That would not have been good. About got skewered. Okay. God, these guys are really, really taking their defense lines a little too seriously, if you ask me. I think maybe it is the Great Gate that has the extra box in the background. If not, then I don't know where this one would be at, because I don't remember seeing... It's a life box, if you guys were wondering. Usually, typically, they turn out to be, you know, life boxes anyway. Alright. If you're wondering, yes, you actually can land on this cloud up here. This is basically a platform. It's... I don't know, I kind of like this, actually. It looks pretty cool, to be honest. Okay, there we go. We made that jump just fine. Nothing's too bad. What I like to do is I like to just go ahead and spin when I'm, you know, right below the box. That way I just break these easier. There we go. And done. Okay, so we got all those. Now you have to return back, because I think if you jump off any other, like, pit, you will not fall down to, or maybe, yeah, because you have to fall down this way, because you have to land right back on the gems. For some reason, I think the clouds... See, like, look, like, I can't get across. Like, the screen won't move. It's the same thing with that, but instead of being able to fall down, you pretty much die. Which is kind of odd, but, again, it's one of those one of those first Crash Bandicoot oddities that I guess you could say that I kind of like, to be honest. Alright. Thing is, I don't know if you can actually fall... I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to attempt that. I was going to try to attempt to see if I can actually fall down facing forward. Now, the good thing is... This little spot right here you can use as a respite. So if you need like a little bit of a resting spot right there, you know, to kind of basically get your sanity back from all that jumping around and maybe kind of calm down a bit, well then you can use that as a little bit of a spot to hide for. And then you don't have to worry about jumping on all three. You can jump on 2 of the platforms. So that kind of saves you some trouble right there, if you ask me. Alright. Now we still have this box, and I think that should be it. So far, nothing bad has happened. So far, not too much trouble. Well, actually, we did finish it. So, it is the Great Gate. Well, the one with the yellow gem. The first gate level that has the box in the background that we have to get. So, there it is. There's the clear gem for this level, and that's done with. Now, we're going to head back to the high road. Or I think that's what it was called. Look at that. Tekken 2. Nice, right? You guys like some Tekken 2? You guys like some of that Tekken 2 pussy? I'm just kidding. Thing is, Filthy Frank finally released the Pink album on his channel. I got on YouTube today and I saw my sub box like blown up with like a whole album worth of songs. So I think you can get it on iTunes actually, which is pretty cool. I was waiting for it to come out because I kind of wanted to buy it myself because I definitely enjoy his music. He's pretty good at rapping, to be honest. It's funny because like when I was younger, well, I say younger because as in like a previous self, for a while I didn't really watch his videos because I didn't really, not that I didn't understand them. It's just I guess I didn't find it. I don't know. I guess I kept seeing them pop up, you know, and I was like, I don't want to watch this guy. Like, you know, he's making fun of weeaboos and stuff. It's probably it's like Ryan Higa, you know, Nigga Higa, pretty much. It's like he just makes fun of like weeaboos and all this other stuff, and it's like, well, you know, I feel like I've seen it before, you know, where like you got some guy like dresses up and stuff, and it's like, well, that's probably not really that funny. I mean, you know, Ryan Higa can be pretty funny. I've seen a few of his videos I do find funny. It's just I don't really watch his stuff, but now well, hell, now I can't help but watch Filthy Frank stuff now, you know? I really need to stop doing that. I really need to stop looking at, you know, YouTube channels like that in, like, a different light than it should be looked at. Like, just watch the video, you know, if you find it funny, you find it funny. If you don't, you don't. That's all. Let's see here. So, first of all, hit that TNT crate there. Now, you want to be very careful with this one. This one's a little bit weird. I think you have to... try to remember how to get that TNT crate. I think you have to take a hit on that one, unless you bump this, which will give us some Aku mask. Well, basically, what they wanted you to do is they want you to use the. Oh, okay, maybe not. I was gonna say I think if anything, they probably want us to use the invincibility to get that, but no, actually, they're just gonna give you a freebie anyway. I forgot about that, actually. I do... Of course, I remember where the red gem was and what you have to do to get this stuff, but I forgot that they even give you, you know, the chance to just bomb it instead of having to use Aku mask. Which actually would have made sense. I mean, I would have done it without question. Or I probably would have questioned the logic of it, but you know me. I say one thing and then all of a sudden the game either just completely makes me a liar, or look like a liar, or I just say something and then just completely go off on tangent and just forget what I said 10 minutes ago. Thing is, like, I try not to... I try to be as honest with my games as I possibly can, but sometimes it's like... I'm kind of getting old, guys. You know, I'm 22 years old, almost 23 years old. Of course I'm getting old. So, you know, now I can't really... I guess I have a hard time trying to figure out, you know, what's what... Oh, God. I landed on that just fine, but I screwed that up. Oh, God. Okay, I'm not even going to use the rope. I'm not going to take the chance. Because we could possibly die. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh. Well, now we got to go back over here. Oh, God. Oh, no. I remember this. You got 2 platforms ahead. Oh, no. I guess you got 1. Okay. I guess you got 1. I could have sworn it was 2 platforms. But, no. I thought it was 2 because of... Earlier, we had 1 that was similar, but we go back. No. That one you can land on. But I think there's... It's either 1 or 2 boards you can jump on, but you just jump straight. You just hold up and you just jump straight. It's no big deal. It's pretty easy once you get it down. Once you realize how many platforms you have at your disposal. Except that time, I guess the game decided to give me 1 instead of 2 that I thought it would have been. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, I think it's 2, and then the game just says like, nope, it's 1 platform. It just makes a liar out of me every damn time. I tell you. Well, the good thing is, at least we know now what we can do with Aku, so... Or what we can do with the red gem. Little bit, tidbits. We can actually keep an Aku mask instead of having to blow ourselves up, which we didn't have to. I didn't do that originally. I was kind of smart and kind of kept my Aku mask, you know, thinking maybe everything would be fine, but so far, so good, I guess. Okay. Come on, hurry up. We're all waiting on you. All waiting on you, cowboy. And now we jump up here. Thing is, I don't know if it's this one or if it's like a previous one, but I think if you stand in a spot... Oh, motherfucker. But I hit it! Okay, well, maybe not. Well, now I'm screwed on that. The thing is, if you stand where a crate is going to appear, the crate will appear and it will break automatically when you're inside of it, because I think the game can't register the fact of... Well, it can register, but it sees... I guess it sees crash. You know, like, whenever... You basically spin on a box, you go right through where the box is. Like, that spot is basically now open, meaning that you can run inside that spot. So more than likely, if you're standing where a box will appear, I think the box, I know in some games, like the crates will actually just pretty much kind of break, like automatically when you're standing there. I remember having that happen a few times. Could just be like just a random crash game that I remembered, but still, who knows? Could be a flash crash. Who knows? Actually, is there actually... Well, more than likely there probably is some you know, flash crash games, I should say, out there. I don't know. I've seen stuff like in the making, like people making crash games for like Flash, and I've seen like Unreal stuff and thinking like, God damn, that looks awesome. You know, like why can't we have like another Crash game again? You know, because I miss Crash. I miss the old Crash. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, like, I'm fine with Crash the Titans Mind of a Mutant. Like, I'm fine with what they're going with, but... I don't know, like, I miss these basic, you know... You run through these levels, and you break boxes, break crates, get the box gem, you know, and all that great stuff. And, I mean, even though Crash 4, which I do call it Crash 4, by the way. If you're wondering what Crash 4 is in my mind, it's Wrath of Cortex. I do see that as a Crash game. I mean, even though a lot of people are like, well, it's not... one of the original trilogy games, so therefore it doesn't really count as a Crash game. I don't know, like, even though you fight Crunch as, like, the only boss, and I actually find, I honestly find Wrath of Cortex a little bit harder than Crash 3, I still feel like it's in the same lineup. It's like with Enter the Dragonfly for Spyro. It's like, even though Enter the Dragonfly kind of does some things completely differently than Spyro 3, but in the same regards, it does a lot of things similar too, so that's why I kind of see it as a Spyro 4. Now with The Legend of Spyro and Crash of the Titans, I see those two things as completely two different games in the franchise lineup. Alright. Yes, it is two then. Okay, sweet. So you basically got to jump on these two platforms. I think that one has... I wouldn't risk that. I really wouldn't risk this one platform right there. That might just be a one platform, so don't run too far ahead of it. I love the design of the high roads. The bridge levels, they just look so nice. And the other reason why is because like, it's so nostalgic too. Like this was one of those things that I remembered about Crash Bandicoot 1 was I always used to think of the bridges. And there's also with Crash 2 with the Tiki levels. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Crash. Yeah, I think it was Crash. Yeah, Crash 2. There's like those Tiki levels that you go to. I don't have any other better way of explaining what they are, but they have like a lot of these like Tiki heads that kind of rotate and spit fire at you, you know? Like they burn fire. Well, I always kind of remembered those, and it always kind of just made me feel good about myself, you know? And the thing is, Parappa the Rapper as well. Like, I always remember, like, Parappa. Like, I always remember Master Onion, but that's about it. Like, those two characters, individually. I always remember, like, those two, like, two things, and that's it. And now, you know, after PlayStation All-Stars came out, I'm like, that's who it was. Parappa the Rapper. You know, and I guess PewDiePie did, like, a video on it or something like that. I actually don't really watch PewDiePie's... I don't watch his videos, his Let's Plays, not because I'm one of those guys that's like, well, you know, like, I don't like PewDiePie because he's really popular. It's more like I just don't like his Let's Plays. I'll watch his skits. That I actually find honestly funny, but my Let's Players, I tend to like people who are kind of, quote-unquote, dare I say, like, I kind of like people that do things like I do, where they'll 100% a game, and if they don't 100% a game, you know, they'll try to go through the game with as much knowledge on the game as possible. Because I like going into these games knowing what I'm doing. Like, knowing how to beat the game. Not necessarily having to know how to 100% the game, but just how to beat the game. Like with Tomb Raider, like, you know, whenever I actually get down to doing Tomb Raider, you know, it's like I probably won't be able to 100% the game, but I will definitely beat it. I will be able to beat it for you guys. And then there's frickin' Tomb Raider 2 and 3, and those games are fucking... Those games are hard as hell. I still haven't beaten those yet. I always thought that Tomb Raider 1 was harder than hell, but no, those take the cake in my opinion for the hardest ones. Well, then again, it's more of the fact that I haven't really, you know, beaten them or gone through them completely and all that great stuff. Now, thing is, there's our first Neo Cortex token, as you see. It drops a TNT, but there's nothing above it, so don't worry about that. That's a Tana token, so we're going to get 2 of those in this level. Now, I want to warn you about the spiders. They will actually web themselves back up to the ceiling. So, if you are too slow to basically, you know, jump on top of them, then, well, don't really worry too much, because they actually will end up coming back. They'll come back, don't worry. Now, I recommend jumping on that steel crate there, because I think there might be a life, unless I just got some extra... I might have just ended up getting some extra Wumpa Fruit and got the life that way. But the spiders will actually climb back up. But don't worry, they will come down. So if you are too late to platform, especially when we get to fumbling in the dark, when we have to use spiders to platform with, then you can either... Well, fumbling in the dark, you pretty much can't wait. You're going to have to just go through regardless of what you want to do. It's kind of like with boulders where you kind of feel that tense feeling of running away, and that's pretty much what it does to you. God damn it. Almost fell off. Almost fell off. That was scary. That was scary. There's actually a box coming up that's going to be a little bit of a pain in my ass. And it's this one right here. I don't know, like, whenever I hit, you know, crates from below and, you know, they drop TNT crates, this one's also kind of... Well, this one's easy, but you get a life with it, so... Yeah, don't forget to do that. Jump on those steps, though. Don't worry about going back. There's nothing back there. They wouldn't do that to you. What was I talking about? Shit. I know I was talking about the spiders, but yeah, like, I mean, those kinds of levels, like the fumbling in the dark kind of levels, like the lights out levels, you know, you definitely feel that tenseness where you're gonna have to keep going no matter what you want to do. It's like you just gotta keep pushing forward because there's no other choice. Jump on this guy. Jump on that snake. Do not hit the snake. If you spin on the snake, it will actually hit the TNT crate, and then you will lose your Neo Cortex. You'll lose the Cortex token. You don't want to lose that. Now, if I'm correct... Oh, God. I don't want to risk it for a biscuit. Okay. There we go. Alright, so as you've seen over there on the far side, there's like a Wumpa. There's like a Wumpa fruit over there that kind of points to the left. It's kind of floating like in the left, meaning that you can go that way. Now, they don't actually tell you that you can go this way, the way that I went. But I took the risk for you guys to show you what would happen if you did. So, there you go. I risked pretty much a life and pretty much enragement to pretty much... Oh, god damn it. How did that even... Why would that even happen? Like, that makes no sense at all. So I guess I kind of missed out on the key, but I'm not going to miss out on the box, because fuck that. I'll get the key later. Like I said, they don't tell you that there's platforms back there, but they can tell you that there's platforms up there, which is honestly kind of strange, to be honest. Like, you think they would tell you that, hey, you can walk on these instead of having to walk all the way up there to then get to that other platform. I mean, you could easily backtrack, of course. I mean, there's not a problem with that, but I just kind of wish they would tell you that there's Wumpa fruit here instead of all the way up there. I mean, if there's platforms, invisible platforms already there, why not just tell us? That's what I'm saying. Alley-oop. So I missed the key, which is unfortunate, but of course I missed the key. I mean, because why wouldn't I? But don't worry, folks. We will come back in the next episode and get the key back. Because the thing is, since all I have to worry about is getting the damn key, then... all I gotta do is come back, grab the key, and we're good. We're pretty much golden. Oh, goodness. Well, I mean, I'm probably gonna end up getting the gem anyway, but I kind of want to get a save spot. So, you know, because we haven't had a save in a while. Well, unless you count the gem, of course. So now we're missing 7 more gems, which will probably, if I be patient and I play it safe, if I play my cards right, we will get this next gem for Jaws of Darkness. I used to think Jaws of Darkness was like one of the hardest ones. I think I kind of blamed the Cortex token for it, because I used to think like you have to get all the boxes in the Cortex levels to even count towards the box gem. And we got the gem, thank God. Oh, thing is with the Tana token, I did actually save the level, so that's good. Well, of course the gem's gonna save the level for me too. Actually, thing is, I have a few minutes left. I could easily just go back and get the key. Nah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to, but I kind of don't want to. I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I could easily just cut out me getting to the key and do what I did for episode 5 and kind of just cut my way through and just get the key that way. Or I could just do it in the next episode. It's not a big deal. I might just do it in the next episode then. Anyway, folks, without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time when we play some more Crash Bandicoot 100%. And as always, take care, everybody.